If you use social media to be lifted and charged up by what others are doing, then here's a concept I think you'll appreciate. Join up with other women for 100 days of doing. You'll be carried along by a community to get all kinds of goals done. Melissa Esplin is here to explain 100 days of doing. I like the action behind that phrase.
Yeah.
Explain what's happening.
Okay, so it's called the 100-Day Project, and I didn't start it. It was actually the senior design critic at Yale. He started this for his students. It's like you do one thing for 100 days. And it kind of helps laser focus and also helps open creativity when you like attack one thing 100 times.
So you are doing that one thing every day for those 100 days?
Yes. Well, yes.
There's
It's not for school, so
yeah.
I've taken a slightly different approach. I'm doing something every three things every 3 days, or every day. I'm trying to be a little more kind to myself and not like, I have to get this done
not
right
so
this second.
schedule-driven. But I think there are probably personalities out there who will appreciate the scheduling side of this goal.
And sort of the accountability that's involved in that. I feel like I have so many creative ideas or projects that I want to tackle, but I don't because I have no accountability for it. And this is that perfect chance to get that accountability.
So what is your doing? What hobby or a particular art form, creative focus are you taking on in your 100-day challenge?
I'm taking on watercolor florals.
Watercolor florals?
Yes. So my mom's a gardener. I grew up around flowers, and I graduated in painting and drawing. And so this is sort of my attempt to get back into that painting zone.
I think you're doing it. You've brought some gorgeous examples. I know you're working in front of us too, as we've been talking. So are there any other parameters about what type of challenge you can do, or is sky the limit?
The sky really is the limit, and it doesn't have to be a very art-driven project. If you are terrible at making your bed, make your bed for 100 days. You know, maybe change up how you arrange your pillows, or there are so many ways to. It's just wherever your passion lies.
Yeah.
Find a project around that and pursue it.
I like the idea of a regimen, a routine that kind of keeps you going and holds you accountable. What have you learned through this process? I mean, you've got some gorgeous art pieces that you put out because of it.
I've learned a lot about just painting in general, just how I can let go. I need to let go of the original vision that I want, and I'm a lot happier with what I get. So I think a lot of what's happened, a lot of what I've learned so far is more internal than external.
And you've probably had to let go, right? In order to make the challenge happen in your busy life as wife and mother and creator extraordinaire. You have to kind of push yourself into that space, and that requires more flexibility to get it done.
Yes, and that's been really nice to take that time to be kinder to myself.
Yeah.
But I also have learned that I need to focus on one thing.
Need to drill in.
Yes, that's been my goal for the years, to focus. And so the 100-Day Project is really that perfect chance to focus on really one thing. And that's where, if you want to be successful at the 100-Day Project, you want to create restrictions, constraints, and parameters.
For yourself.
For yourself, yes. So I paint on the exact same size card. So the size is the same.
You suggest picking a hobby or a creative outlet that you have the supplies for to make it easy on yourself. I don't have to go out and buy a lot of stuff.
Yes, and that's so a couple of the ladies that have taken it from Yale and brought it to mainstream public, Elle Luna, she says, don't buy new equipment. Don't buy anything new. So if you want to start a sewing project, you should probably know how to sew a little bit first.
Right, it's not about learning something, it's about executing.
It's executing and becoming more focused and deliberate, but also more of an expert in that one particular tiny little thing.
Okay, so you're honing your craft, you're finessing your art.
Yeah, so for example, if you were to do 100 days of different ways of cooking eggs, everybody knows how to cook an egg.
Right.
But after 100 days, you are going to be the best person in miles around knows how to cook an egg.
You're going to be extraordinary.
You'll be an expert, if you will.
So you mentioned the internal lesson is here, as you've done this exercise, is that you have to let go. Have you learned anything about your actual craft, about this actual art form, as you've kind of progressed and moved along?
Yeah, I feel like I've become more comfortable with watercolor. A lot of people say watercolor is pretty intimidating, and I think it's because water can be really unpredictable.
It goes where it wants to go.
It does. But through this process, I feel like I've gotten to understand its unpredictability a little bit better.
Yeah.
So that I can play into that and create more happy accidents, if you will.
Good phrase. I'm comfortable creating more happy accidents.
Yeah.
Of course, we're potty training in my house right now, so that takes on a totally different meaning in my life. But I
don't know
appreciate what you're saying.
I don't know if happy would describe accidents when potty
It's
training.
fine. A few other women that you kind of have your eye on who are taking part in this 100 Days of Doing. A woman named Miriam Tribe. Tell me about her.
Yes, a good friend of mine. She's incredible. She actually sews. She's amazing. But she's taken this approach to just sort of further her craft, further her mind into the art set. And so she's doing these 100 days of continuous line drawings, and they're incredible.
Oh my goodness.
She does these faces that are amazing.
Yes, they are.
So like, I think they're so, so beautiful, simple. She's really taking very little time to create these contour line drawings.
Tell me about Laura Hendricks.
Laura Hendricks, she's an amazing photographer. She's just, and she goes and sort of experiences and becomes a little bit more familiar than we usually do with national parks. A lot of them are in the state of Utah.
Gorgeous.
So, well, as I follow her feed and her projects, and sometimes she collages her pieces with other pieces.
Look at the colors.
Right, the colors are incredible. So I can't help but fall in love with Utah all over again.
Absolutely, through her art and through this challenge. Margaret Jean is another friend of yours you have an eye on.
Yes, I've been following her, maybe a little stalking her a little bit.
A little obsessed?
A little bit obsessed. Fangirl over here. Her work is so beautiful, really whimsical and fun, but still has this geometric structure with a lot of texture. So it's really engaging visually. And her color is so amazing. I struggle with color theory. I always have. And so watching her use these unusual colors together, it just like makes my mind just giggle with excitement. I love it.
100 Days of Doing. I love the creative community that this is forming, and all of us, I understand, translates to an art event tomorrow.
Yes. So tomorrow, Natalie Malin, who has kind of helped me get back into watercolor. She's an incredible watercolor illustrator. She will be teaching with me. She'll be teaching watercolor florals. I'll be teaching calligraphy because I feel like they go so beautifully together.
They really complement each other well.
We'll be spending an entire day with everybody, 9 to 5, drinks, snacks, lunch.
Where's this at?
Sense of Style warehouse.
Oh, nice.
So like even more fun clothes shopping.
Hello. Creative inspiration in all forms all around you. How can we sign up?
Go to melissaesplin.com. The link will be there.
Thank you. This was fun. And now I'm going to be tracking your challenge and all of these other women that you drew our attention to. So very fun. Thank you.